many people want to put their dent in the universe. And I think I feel that way. And I think many of Ripple's employees feel that way. They want to put their dent in the universe. And I think if we continue to evangelize and successfully deploy Ripple's technologies, we're putting that dent in the universe.
Value or benefits in the U.S. government building a reserve of Bitcoin?
We're not allowed to own Bitcoin. The Federal Reserve Act says what we can own, and we're not looking for a law change. That's the kind of thing for Congress to consider, but we are not looking for a law change at the Fed.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of the huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in an ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we could have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're getting at more right now with Bloomberg's Shonali Bassick. Shonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told its members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will, during that auction that we saw a little bit before. The attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets.
Now, it was not just a poor auction. It was absolutely lousy, and when the dealers have to step in to save a treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence. And
welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book. Remember, the New World Order book shows you how the world really works, and it is definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. And 2024 is going to be one of our most entertaining years. We have the presidential election. We have the drums are beating. We have the emerging markets going to be flipping the switch on the fourth industrial revolution. And they finally start to cut rates. And we know Japan is going to start raising rates. And those trillions of dollars that are sitting in money market accounts are going to start flowing over to the emerging markets. And we know the master magicians are about to set up that distraction so they can cut rates while we still have inflation. And in the fourth quarter, once the election is over, the movie begins. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 Kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And we had Bitcoin, cryptos, and stocks take a beating yesterday because we know Jerome was in the house. Had over $1 trillion wiped off the stock market and cryptos in hours. And guys, we know it's all an algorithm. And when there's blood in the streets, even if it's your own, you buy. And remember, the Cryptoteacher told you. Now, we had the wallet provider Exodus stock rally 37% on the New York Stock Exchange American debut. Now, don't forget we have options in cryptos and stocks tomorrow. And since stocks took such a beating yesterday, and I think it's about 50% off of the Trump trade, don't forget how stocks and cryptos went blasting off just because Trump became president. Guys, we know that makes no sense. That's all an algorithm. And remember, the Cryptoteacher told you. Now, don't forget to pay attention to the actual indicators. We have yield rates to short and down, long and up. And guys, yield rates are going to continue to rise in 2025. And right now we have the dollar slightly down, but it's strong. As Jerome Powell was speaking, got stronger. We know the BOJ decided to hold, and that made the dollar stronger. And we know in 2025, the BOJ is definitely going to start raising. So get yourselves prepared. Now, we have volume in crypto right now up. We have Tether and USDC. And then, of course, guys, we have the Fed. Repo yesterday was at 131 billion. Make sure you're pulling that on a daily basis during the week. And we had Fed Jerome Powell in the house yesterday. And he did exactly what we expected, the 25 basis point cut. But then also he did exactly what we expected when he stated it wouldn't be so many rate cuts next year because we're going to have a lot of inflationary events in 2025. And one of those are tariffs. And they're definitely coming. Depending on how bad they are, this depends on how bad inflation is going to get. But remember, guys, this is all a plan. They want to destroy this legacy market so the fourth industrial revolution can rise. They want to have that machine take over. And because we have these digital assets, machines now have money. They can pay each other without a human involved. And remember, the Cryptoteacher told you. Now, the movie has been stepped up. We have Trump joins Elon Musk in opposing the House GOP's government funding bill. And you're talking about two people that haven't even got into office yet. And Elon is not part of the office in the first place. Guys, you can't make this stuff up. Only thing you can do is sit back, get your popcorn, and let it play out. But we know for a fact in 2025, there's going to be a whole lot of cuts going on, not just from Elon Musk Doge, but a whole lot of these corporations are going to start laying off because they're going to start implementing all this technology. Jerome Powell stated out his own mouth, jobs like call centers can be easily done by technology. And when Andrew Yang ran for president, he exposed the plan. The fact is, no one was listening. And the same thing with Robert F. Kennedy Jr. He exposed the plan, but no one's listening. Remember, my people perish from the lack of knowledge because they rejected. The knowledge is at everyone's fingertips, but they decide to be distracted on things that don't matter. And we know how this movie ends. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have the Bitcoin and Ethereum spot ETFs, BlackRock, Fidelity, and Grayscale. Bitcoin and Ethereum spot ETFs right now up. Now getting over into a little crypto news. We have ARK Invest sells 3.9 million worth of Coinbase shares amid price drop. And we know how Kathy Wood does it. She does reallocating funds. Now we have crypto exchange Krakens Inc. Layer 2 blockchain goes live. Also, we have Hong Kong accelerates crypto exchange licensing with 4 new approvals. And nothing happens in Hong Kong without China's approval. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have BlackRock sparks Bitcoin 21 million debate. Says no guarantee it won't change. And a couple of you from our Patreon sent me this. Those who've been with me from the beginning know I've done plenty of videos when I first started about the supply. We know in the original white paper, Bitcoin could have scaled. Roger Ver used to always talk about it all the time. That's the reason why he never liked Blockstream. But Bitcoin just happened to get his feet in the 2008 crash, and now we can clearly see the central banks were 100% behind it in order to push this digital economy forward. But at the same time, anyone that was in Bitcoin early or even sort of late, you benefited. Bitcoin is at 100,000. And who should you thank for that? That's right, the Fed. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have SatLayer integrates with SUI, enabling developers to enhance DApp security by leveraging Bitcoin for restaking. And lastly, we have Deutsche Bank is building out a layer 2 rollup network on Ethereum based on ZK Sync technology. And again, these big banks and big corporations were behind these digital assets from the beginning. Only thing they're going to do is integrate all this technology so then therefore it makes their work faster and cheaper and without a human involved. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Because he knows when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books. Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get on stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know, I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID-33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.